Let's update you now on the situation in Syria. The country's defence minister, President Assad's brother-in-law and the head of the Crisis Management Office have all died in a suicide bombing, according to state TV. Dawood Rajha, Asef Shokat and Hussein Turkomani had been at a meeting at the National Security HQ in Damascus. On state TV earlier today, Syria's information minister described the attacks as cowardly.
We have feelings of sadness, pain and anger due to this terrorist blast, which we condemn. This is a cowardly blast, but at the same time we should highlight some facts. Within our Syrian Arab army we have a number of heroes, ranks of heroes. All our Syrian army is a hero.
Well, Nabila Ramdani is a Middle Eastern journalist and commentator. She joins us now. What do you think's been happening here?
Well, I think the attacks today, and there have been 6 bomb attacks so far today in Damascus, and as you recalled, the most lethal one claimed the lives of 3 very high-profile figures in the Assad regime and wounded many others, including Assad's own interior minister. There are, of course, several theories behind what might have happened. Different scenarios have been put forward, including al-Qaeda terrorist attacks, a possible coup, one of Assad's bodyguards being infiltrated and behind the attack, or we also heard from the leader of the Free Syrian Army based in Turkey that he claims that the attack was led by one of his men who was able to cause the attack and manage to escape safely. I would suggest that it has probably more to do with a member of the armed opposition striking fear at the very heart of the al-Assad regime. And this is a very significant indeed, and not least of all, the location is extremely important because it's literally a strike at the heart of Damascus, not at the fringes, and at the core of Assad National Security Office and very close to 2 presidential palaces.
Will it have a psychological effect on the regime then, in the sense that they may feel that nowhere is safe?
It will certainly have it's a very significant event and very dramatic indeed. But if anything, what it has achieved is to entrench Assad and his men further and led them to withdraw into the survival mode a bit more. We've heard the immediate reaction of the events being broadcast on state television in Syria, and the spokesman for the communication minister pledging an all-out war against terrorists. And sadly, this is an indication of more bloodshed and indeed more massacres to come as the crackdown will get even more ruthless, and the battle has a very long way to run.
But how can the regime be confident about the support of the armed forces when quite a number appear to be defecting? Well,
so far there have been reports that 20 generals have defected to several countries, but only 2 very high profile have left. There are also indications that the Gulf countries, which are extremely rich, are literally buying the generals to defect, because for these people all that matters is to maintain their lifestyles. But the reaction and the strong reaction of the regime, knowing that Russia will be an ally to the very end, makes no doubt whatsoever about the determination of the regime to fight until the very end.
Nabila Ramdani, thanks very much.